Hey, what's up, guys? It's Adam from Rescue Michigan with a rare late afternoon, unannounced, unplanned live stream. But in this video, this is going to be a short one. I wanted to talk about this offer that Elon Musk has made, which I talked about in the email I sent this morning to all of our subscribers. And I just wanted to, make sure everything's above board because I immediately got a response from somebody who said, "Is your account been hacked? Is this a real thing? Is this a?" And I gotta say, if this offer was coming from anybody other than Elon Musk, I would dismiss it as a scam out of hand. But this appears to be a real offer for real money, and the Rescue Michigan Coalition will actually spend that money on politics, on getting Trump to win. Now, Elon presumably has some reason to be offering $47 per petition signature, which I can only imagine. I can only imagine that would be because he wants to spin up an email list and a phone list right lickety split. Because I have heard of $1 per signature. I have heard of $2 per signature. I have heard of a campaign in a panic offering $10 per signature. $47 per signature is unheard of. So I want to go through this. We're going to look at the offer Elon Musk has made. I made reference in the email this morning to, I have hesitations about this. I can understand why some folks might feel like, hey, Adam, I feel like you're scamming me about something. I'll tell you, if there's anyone skimming anybody here, I feel like it's this America Pack outfit. But let's look at this. Let's look at this together, folks, and we'll talk about what it is. We'll analyze it, and I'll talk about what the plan is for whatever support we get from this thing. So here we go. So first off, this is, oh, that's not it. That's JD Vance. I'll get to JD Vance. He was in Detroit today. Saw him there. Awesome. We'll look at that clip in a moment, but that's not what I was looking at. This is what I wanted to look at. This is Elon Musk's X account, which I'm pretty sure X is the best place to find Elon Musk. He owns the place. And this is what he posted. This is, I think, 2 days ago. Quoting a Jack Posobiec tweet, I guess they used to be called. Now they're called just post. Holy schlit. Elon's America Pack is offering $47 for each registered voter you refer in a swing state that signs this petition. And then here is the link to the petition, which we'll click on in a moment. And here is Elon quoting from it to say, this is legit, all right, says Elon. For every person you refer who is a swing state voter, you get $47. Easy money. Yeah, $47 per signature. Easy, big money. I don't know, folks, I don't know how much money you guys make at your day job, but like I know expensive lawyers bill $600 per hour. And that's like a lot of that is like firm, like they don't that's not their take home pay. They have like firm fees and, that's their billable rate. That's not what they get to take home for every single hour of work. But you got to do pretty well to make more money per hour than what you might make signing people up for a petition at $47 per signature. So again, if this was anything other than coming from Elon Musk, I would say this is a scam for sure. Because what's that expression when you deal with scammers? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, this is what Elon Musk has. And this is what he is promoting. And this goes to this website here, theamericapac.org. In particular, this petition is linked at petition.theamericapac.org. And here it is. Petition in favor of free speech and the right to bear arms. Sounds great to me. Twin pillars of liberty. The First and Second Amendments guarantee freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. By signing below, I am pledging my support for the First and Second Amendments. So that for me is a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. In appreciation for your support, you will receive $47 for each registered voter you refer that signs this petition. Our goal is to get 1 million registered voters in swing states to sign in support of the Constitution, especially freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. This program is exclusively open to registered voters in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and North Carolina expires October 21st. And here you go. You have to fill in your first name, last name, email address, cell phone number. Note will only be used to confirm you are the legitimate petition signer, no other purpose. Mailing address, that I presume is to confirm you are a registered voter, so that should be filled out correctly. Did someone refer you? Use precinctleaders@gmail.com as you refer. That goes to me/Rescue Michigan. And folks, as far as I can see, let me make this big again for me. After you sign, anybody else you get to sign, putting in your email address as the referrer, you get $47 each, which that seems like it will add up pretty quickly. Now, you might say, Adam, you're abusing the system to make money for yourself. Well, no, you guys know me, folks. We have mail going out the door, and the more we can fund, the more we will do. Here's what I just did the other day. This is a local one. Look at this. Funded by a murderer and a child sex offender. Funded by our hard-earned taxpayer dollars. Pushing into our public schools. This is a county commission race, where literally the incumbent county commissioner is using a taxpayer grant to fund an outfit called Supreme Felons, which is a bunch of murderers, child rapists, and armed robbers who now want to go into our public schools. Yeah, we're gonna program on that. But I've got lots of Trump stuff too. We really do want to put this money to work in this election, and we will. And I pledge that for everyone that signs the petition based on anything that comes from rescuemichigan.com. Now, I was actually at the Detroit rally today doing, guess what? Getting signatures. And again, it is at least within the realm of possibility that there's some kind of catch here. But Elon Musk himself is endorsing this. So I'd find it hard to believe Elon's going to carry out some kind of massive scam against MAGA that's going to somehow not work. But I'll take this thing off the screen. I want to go back to this and look at this more closely. Now, I'm not going to sign the petition again because it does say here you can only sign the petition once, so I won't sign it again. But I will tell you, when you sign this petition, two things happen. Well, actually, no, only one thing happens, which is the page opens and says, thank you for signing the petition. And then it says, in Michigan, click here to register to vote. In North Carolina, click here to register to vote. In Georgia, click here to register to vote, etc. Which is weird because, if you think about this offer, $47 per signature, like you would think, okay, $47 per every new voter I register, that makes sense. Because it's hard to find an unregistered voter, especially in Michigan, where they just register if he's even dead. But I mean, the language here is very clear. You will receive $47 for each registered voter. Well, if they're already registered when they sign, why do they need to be taken to the link to register another person? I guess that's what their next step will be, is to register more voters. Our goal, they say, is to get 1 million registered voters. Again, already registered voters to sign in support of the Constitution, especially freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. And then here again, each person may only sign a petition once. Eligible people may only list one eligible person, which I guess means registered to vote. So anyway, as I was saying, when you sign, at first I said two things happen. No, only one thing happens, which is you go to that landing page, which just says, thank you for signing. Which is a weird follow-up thing, like usually it's like refer a friend or, hey, make a donation to our PAC. Nothing, just thank you for signing. Here's a link to register to vote. What they did not do for me when I signed was to send me an email saying, thank you for signing. Can we confirm your information? Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. And as it happens, yesterday, when I first saw this in the office, someone came in, said, hey, would you sign this petition? Put me down as your referrer. And they said, sure. So they signed the petition. And they put me down as the referrer. And once again, no confirmation whatsoever. No email. So I really wanted to do something to kind of see if this is a real deal. So one of the things I did was I went to just the main website, the americapac.org. This is their main website, theamericapac.org. And here it says, PAC founded by Elon Musk. America PAC was created to support these key values: secure borders, safe cities, free speech, sensible spending, fair justice system, and self-protection. Follow at America on X, and you got some X posts there. It says here, join our team. Pay starts at $30 an hour with bonuses for performance. Well, gee, if you're offering $47 per signature, that sounds like a raw deal. But they do have email addresses listed here. And then again, it says refer voters. Again, note they didn't say newly registered voters. They said refer voters and earn cash. Receive $47 for each registered voter you refer. And again, clearly it's not just you can limit one person. You register 1,000 people through this petition forum, they're saying you're going to get $47,000. Signs a petition pledging support for the First and Second Amendments. Make a difference. And then here's their disclaimer there. It's not on the petition page, but there is the link to that page in this actually it's a subdomain is what it's called. Anyway, so I contacted this email address, michigan@theamericapac.org, and I said, hey, let me just apply because I want to see what's going to happen. But also, I filled the petition, got no answer, no confirmation email. I had a friend sign and referred and listed me as the referrer. I also got no confirmation email. What do you say about that? Can you confirm it got signed properly? Nothing came back. I got an automated email an hour or so later just saying, here's the form to apply for a job. And then if you click on the form, it just said, this is actually not going to America PAC. It's going to one of our contractors. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll see where this goes at some point. But in the meantime, now, since I sent that email blast this morning, you may have noticed in that email blast, some of you have my primary email address out there. And then there is an adam@rescuemichigan.com, which is the main email for our website, which also goes to me. But I didn't say to use those. I said use precinctleaders@gmail.com because that's what I used when I signed up for the petition. Now, that is not the way to get a hold of me, by the way, folks. That is what most of you have something like this. The email you use when you have a web form that has a compulsory email field. And you don't want to be getting junk mail forever, so you have an alternate email address that you used for those purposes. And occasionally I'll look at it for some, to get a something that might go there intentionally, but it's not the email I check every single day. So if you want to email me, don't email me at precinctleaders@gmail.com. That's what we call an email drop account. If you've never heard of this, by the way, pro tip, don't use your main email for your compulsory email web forms. Use something else. But anyway, that's why I did that. I used precinctleaders@gmail.com, not a phishing trap. It is an email address that I do control. But anyway, I say all this because I actually did get an email later in the day. I'm not going to put this on my screen, but I did get an email to my main email address because someone had that and put that in instead of the precinctleaders@gmail.com address. And the subject line is, want your $47? And the email was from email@theamericapac.org, and it says, you were listed as a referrer on the America PAC petition in support of the First and Second Amendments by so-and-so, first name only, from Michigan. Based on the information provided, we have not yet been able to confirm that you are a registered swing state voter. Now, I think this is because when I filled out the petition, I filled it out with that precinctleaders@gmail.com email address, not my primary. So perhaps if and only if someone puts your email down as a referrer, but you have not yourself signed the petition, then they do send you something. So at least I do know they have an email system that works, because it goes on to say to claim your $47 for the petition at the same email address as your registered address. If you don't wish to sign the petition, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that is, I guess, a sign that this is a real deal. So I'm here to tell you, folks, first off, you can probably all make some money doing this. But secondly, please do use precinctleaders@gmail.com as the referrer that got you signed up for this, because that will support Rescue Michigan. And we will actually not only, accept that contribution from Elon Musk, who is clearly collecting this information for some purpose, whatever that might be, but we will actually also use that money for helping Trump win too in the state of Michigan. We do have materials ready to go. And we will like to get involved in this election. I do have some particular targets in mind. We will be talking about them in the weeks to come for sure. And if nothing else after the election, because I don't always like to blabber about what our battle plans are, before the election's over, because I don't like to give our enemy free information. But those of you who know Rescue Michigan, we've done a lot of work in previous elections, primary campaigns. We do actually drop mail. We do actually make phone calls. We do actually give politicians pain, typically, and maybe, just once for this election, even a little bit of pleasure for Donald J. Trump. Maybe in the form of pain for Kamala Harris. We'll see. But at any rate, this appears to be legit. I certainly hope it is. So, if you haven't already done so, please go to petition.theamericapac.org and sign the petition. Put down precinctleaders@gmail.com as you refer. It's like making a donation, except you don't pay. Elon Musk does. Or I guess his donors do. Apparently, there's been some news stories claiming Elon is not really funding the PAC. Some other people are. I don't know. All very strange. But hey, like I said, Elon has put his imprimatur on this. That's a fancy word. Elon is saying this is legit. So again, if it was anybody but Elon, I would be very, very doubtful that this is legit, but it seems to be. And this is an easy way to support Rescue Michigan. And then after that, raise money for yourself. If he's going to give you $47 for every single registered voter you get to sign that petition, that's a pretty good deal, folks. It's a pretty good deal. Anyway, so real quick before we go, we'll have our regular stream this weekend, of course. But I did want to share this clip from the J.D. Vance rally in Detroit. I was there getting signatures. Again, if this actually works, I got probably like 30-some signatures in 30 minutes. That's a pretty good deal, guys. Just saying, you might want to take it up. Anyway, J.D. Vance was absolutely awesome as always. And, to see the rally, you realize something. Because he's not just giving the stump speech. He's been doing these press avails, you could call them. That's actually the term for them. Press availability. They call them press avails when people do events and stuff, and they have a press conference after real quickly. But Vance is like calling on local media people and just impromptu answering their questions and just killing them. Now you know why he knew the debate was going to be no problem with Kamala, because he's been debating these liberal journalists for all these campaign events. So he's doing these. He's taking these questions from the local media at the event at the Eastern Market. It was in Detroit, and the first media question is the Detroit Free Press. Nasty, hostile, rude, vulgar question. Second question is from a University of Michigan Daily. Sorry, the Michigan Daily, which is the student newspaper at the University of Michigan. Really, really shitty rag. I mean, even by college paper standards, they're terrible. And Vance, handles their question very nicely, let's just say. And all the questions, except for the very last one, were from hostile sources. But then comes this question. So let me play this clip. This is hilarious. Here we go. This is about a 3-minute clip, and this is in response to, it's called the Michigan Advance, which is actually a publication of a left-wing organization that gets away with calling itself nonpartisan. The Bridge, Michigan publishes it. I'm pretty sure I'm correct about that. Anyway, so this is the Michigan Advance, and here's the question for J.D. Vance. Here we go. Watch this.
Senator Vance, Ken Coleman from MichiganAdvance.com. Detroit is 77% African American. The state is 14% African American. Why should African American Michiganders vote for the Trump Vance ticket?
Well, we've got a great number of Black Americans in this crowd right now. They could probably answer that question better than I could, but.
Nice.
But without calling everybody up here, because I'm a politician, I don't like to share the microphone with anybody as much as I like them. What I think they would agree with is, number one, Donald Trump wants to bring back public safety and an economy that brings prosperity for everybody. Good wages for good jobs. That's the Trump promise. And I think that's a great promise to Black families in Michigan and to everybody else. Here's something else. I mean, there is this idea in the media, and I don't know where it came from, that somehow Black Americans don't believe in public safety in this country. Well, we know whether you're Democrat, Republican, or Independent, Black Americans do care about public safety in this country. They want to empower our law enforcement officers to do their job. Of course, do it respectfully and make sure we've got good relationships between police and community, but we can have a good relationship between police and the communities they serve while we lock up the violent criminals and keep everybody safe in the process. I think that's very possible. And look, I mean, the story of Black Americans, especially in the city of Detroit, is actually very similar to the story of Appalachian white Americans who came from West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee. We moved to places like Detroit, black and white together, because there were good jobs for people who were willing to work hard and play by the rules. And it wasn't always perfect, but for a generation in this country, people, black and white, worked together, raised their families, built things in this country, and created prosperity for the entire country. And if you... That was the story, by the way, in the steel mill that my grandfather worked in for almost 40 years. You had black folks and white folks living together, working together, and they again, it wasn't always perfect, but it worked. You know why it worked? Because we had good jobs for people who were willing to work hard and play by the rules. The destruction of the manufacturing economy in the state of Michigan has been disastrous for Black Americans, and it's been disastrous for a lot of middle-class white Americans too. We can make things in this country again. We can build things in the United States of America again, and when we do, it's going to bring prosperity to black and white alike.
So that was JD Vance answering one of the questions. The whole thing was awesome. You guys should check it out. It's on the internet. It's on Real America's Voice. It's probably on Right Side Broadcasting. It's on Rumble. Anyway, the questions too. The Michigan Daily Reporter was like, after hearing JD's stump speech, like, why should we vote for you? And you could just see my previous remarks, you dumbass. But no, he didn't. He gave a very nice answer. Anyway, so to get to some questions about this petition, I'm just going to get into the chat here. So Kelly Powell asked, my understanding is it is $47 per signature referral. And then Al Ganu said, is it per signature or per referral? Well, according to, let me put this back on the screen here. This is the americapac.com. Here's the petition. And it seems to be pretty clear. You'll receive $47 for each registered. Oh, let me switch over. Sorry, I didn't see. Each registered voter you refer that signs this petition. So I take that to mean that if someone puts down my email address in this field, I get $47 for each of those people. Randy says he had 7 people to tell me they signed it today and referred me. We'll see if I get a check. Yeah, again, for the third time, if this was anybody other than Elon Musk, I would not believe this is a real deal because it is like too good to be true. So if you don't already have someone in mind, folks, we will actually spend the proceeds winning the election. Use precinctleaders@gmail.com as your referrer when you go to petition.theamerica.pac.org. Fill it out. And then tell all your friends and have them give you money by putting in your email address, which I'm sure you would be inclined to do because that is easy money, as Elon himself said. So there you go. Allegan News says may want to pin the email you want us to use in chat. Well, I'll put up on the screen one more time. I can make it flash, maybe. I can put it in the chat. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat too. Why not? precinctleaders@gmail.com. That is the email address. There you go. Randy says my wife wants a new Grand Cherokee. 993 referrals to go. Seriously, folks. Seriously. Patty asks, what is... Here, let me get this off of my screen real quick here. Hold on. What's Elon's angle with this? That's a great question. We had somebody, when I was out getting signatures at the rally, someone asked me, to do what exactly? Like, you're going to give us $47 for every petition you sign in support of the First and Second Amendments? What's he going to do with that? I'm like, I don't know. I genuinely, the only thing I can think of is that this is a way to really very quickly build out a phone and email list when somehow money is no object. Which again is weird because If money's no object, you can buy a phone list at least. Email's not so easy. That's true. Email's not so easy to get. You can buy email lists, but they won't do you any good because you'll just get spam flagged and get driven into oblivion. Building an email list is not easy. But phones, yeah, you just buy a phone list with your money for $47. You can buy a phone list for a lot more than $47 per voter. You can buy them for $35 per precinct on rescuemichigan.com if you want that. So there you go. But anyway, that is the offer. That is the offer. Will it come to fruition? Well, as I said in the email, I can't promise they're going to get us the checks before the election. If they don't arrive before the election, we'll put it away for the next fight, which there will surely be. I promise you there will be. There will be a lame duck session, which will probably be a disaster. Because even with all the money in the world and all the lobbying force in the world, if Democrats are losing power after the November election, they're going to ram everything through they possibly can. And if they're not losing power after the November election, they're still going to ram everything through that they can. So we'll see. But there will certainly be battles to come. And I assure you, supporting our war chest, your money will be spent more wisely than perhaps other organizations spend it. And I can only, again, look, folks, if you don't trust Rescue Michigan, I can only say that I think our record stands for something. We're the only group that has this complete database of every single vote cast in the legislature in the past 2 years that's been going after rhinos as well as Democrats, that's been dropping mail, making phone calls, causing pain to politicians that do the bad thing. If there's other groups out there that you support more and they're somehow affiliated with this, go ahead and support them. You have my blessing. But if you are so inclined, please do use precinctleaders@gmail.com as your referrer at petition.theamericapac.org. So there you go, folks. That is all for today. Until next time, thanks for all you do for liberty. So, yeah, sign the petition and then go out and make some referrals. And we'll see if this weird pyramid scheme where Elon's spending all the money actually pans out. We'll see. So there you go. Until next time, guys. Peace. I'll play us out here. I got an outro clip we can use. Here we go.